and welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll be making a mini comic for my 2000 inspired OCs, Lulaya and Yashin, and I'll be giving you a little tutorial on how to make your own mini comic. On the left side, you can see the first ever mini comic I created, and on the right is my second. Look at the progress between the two. Step 1, brainstorming. I had already created some concept art of what activities my OCs would participate in after school, and that's what inspired me to follow the storyline of an after-school routine. Also, my favorite webcomic just happens to be After School Lessons for Unripe Apples, so if you know, you know. That's also what inspired the color palette. Lately, I've been really loving the collage feature on Pinterest, which is why it's even more heartbreaking why they're trying to become my mortal enemies. I swear, every pin I've saved to a board is getting flagged randomly and they're threatening to shut down my account. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Step 2, draw your composition. Next up is our sketching layer. Now, I actually did cut out me doing the second part of my sketching layer because I will sketch and then sketch again with more detail and then do line art, and I feel like that was way too much to show, and I did in the first one, and I felt that video was way too long, so we're just gonna skip that middle part. You'll see some details have appeared before my line art layer, which is happening right now. I would definitely state that line art is my by far favoriteest part of a drawing. I don't know, I really love color and I like how it looks, but it just takes forever. It's such a long process, then you have to go shading, and so that's why sometimes you'll find my drawings have really detailed line art and then they're all one color with some shading. Step number 3, put on a good movie. I think it's so important that when you're doing some of these kind of long-term projects, it will take a bit to put on something comforting in the background. So for me, that's Studio Ghibli movies, so I have on Ponyo, and earlier I had on Spirited Away. Step number 4, coloring and rendering. Probably the longest step here. So while you watch me color my OCs, let me tell you about the story I created for them. The working title for my story is Stuck Forever by The Glue, which is a reference to the Biba Doobie song, which I feel best encapsulates the core meaning of my story. I actually have a whole playlist. If you want to check it out, I'll link it down below in the description that has all the songs from the start of the story to the end that would fit the plot points the best. The reason why I say working title is because I also am debating, should I call this story The Seasons or something like that? Yes, a reference to another song by Wave to Earth. And the reason why I feel like that one might suit a bit better is just because the story takes place over the 4 seasons. In the summer of 2007 is when my two characters will first meet. I have it titled as Baby's First Meeting. In 2011, they'll be entering the 5th grade together. In the winter of 2014, they'll be in middle school. And in the spring of 2018, they'll be in high school graduating. I am tempted to swing the story back around to summer, ending on the season it started, and having, showing a bit of their life in college as well, just because I really want it to feel as though you are growing with these characters, seeing every major stage of their life. Another reason why I have the story taking place over the course of a couple of seasons is so we can go through the different years. So it starts off in the 2000s and then we kind of end off in 2018, and I feel like there were some really big nostalgic moments in my childhood from those points that I want to portray. Nostalgia is something I'm definitely leaning into for this story. Kind of swinging back to the core value of this story I was talking about when referencing the title, I really want this story to portray friendship, a deep and meaningful friendship that that's at the forefront. I love the soulmates trope, and I really love the nighttime versus sunshine energy, I have this line that I wrote in the story that's like, I'll tell you. It goes, I don't care whether we're labeled as best friends or partners, and honestly, I don't care, as long as I'm able to stay by your side for the rest of eternity. And oh my gosh, I mean, okay, I know I shouldn't be this obsessed with my own writing, but I think I ate that. If you couldn't tell already, that's definitely like my closing line to this story. I am really excited to share more of this with you guys. I plan on making either like a full-length comic, maybe some animatics, we'll see. I think it's definitely because gachapons are making a comeback, but I thought Smiskies would be such a cutesy addition to this comic page. So here we go. I really picked ones that like suited the mood. Like, I was so surprised I was able to find a Smisky from one of the series to fit every like stage of this little comic. So that's awesome. Here I'll tell you a little bit about my characters' personalities. Since I'm working on Yashim's shirt here, I guess I'll tell you about him first. So Yashim is actually a very quiet character. He keeps to himself and is really into music. So he's always carrying around a little notebook full of like song lyrics he's trying to work out. Always deep in thought, kind of spacey a bit. He is the middle child, so a lot of his time is spent around his siblings' activities, which I think is why he gravitates towards something that he can bring with him everywhere. He is in band and is best friends with his school's music teacher, and also joined garden club to do it with Lulaya, and generally he likes it. It's pretty fun. Speaking of Lulaya, he doesn't have many friends, just she's kind of his main one. That's not to say as the story goes on, he doesn't develop more friends, but he is very much a person with a tight-knit group rather than being very social. Unlike Lulaya, she's our princess social butterfly who's kind of just talking to everyone. She's in student council and loves like Battle of the Books is her like activity at this age group, and it's just really fun to see how she's able to like get along with just anyone, and Yashim's kind of trailing behind her like, hi, hey, how's everyone doing? Moving back to what I'm actually drawing, I decided to add some buttons because I thought that gave such a cute nostalgia vibe. Also, the funky shapes were just really fun to draw and add in. I'll be shading them kind of this ombre tone because I think that just makes things more interesting. I tried to incorporate like their shirt colors into it to make it feel more cohesive. I also have a specific color palette that I created just for these characters. So like if I ever need to reference something, you might find that like in this video I might have referenced like an old drawing of them sometimes, but the color palette is there for a reason. I just wish I could label it a little bit more specifically with like skin tones over here and like clothing over here and like hair tones, you know, because it's a little hard on Procreate to go back and be like, wait, what was this color for? In addition to talking about the colors, let me tell you a little about my rendering process, which honestly is me just slapping colors on top of each other. I don't blend very much, and it's only very specific to when I'm drawing these characters. Like, it's a certain style I'm going for, I guess. I don't know, but like, if you remember like the little character page I showed you in the beginning, that was the first time I just didn't blend in the like lighter tones and like the lighting and the shadows. I just kind of kept them as blocks, which is more what I do in my painting style. So I really like the combination, bringing my physical painting style to my digital work is really interesting. Sometimes I can't tell if it looks a little silly, but I think it's okay, and I think it works out in the end. So yeah. In the second comic I made for them, I made sure to include Nintendo DS, just because I felt like that was such a cutesy, like, fun toy that I really loved growing up. I feel like a lot of other people did too. And in this one we have like the Apple iPod kind of appearing. I like really wanted you to still see their silhouettes, so I just have it like turned off and like their reflection kind of showing up in it. And right here I'm going through with the airbrush and making this like ombre background effect to each panel, just to tie in the colors a little bit more to make it feel more warm in addition to the cool green, and bring it all together. I want a nice cohesive feel and at the end result, so that's what this is doing. Now it's time for a final reveal. Let's celebrate with Doodle Duck first. Quack, quack, quack! Quack! Ta-da! I hope you really like this piece. I did go through afterwards before revealing and like adjusting a few things, a few features, making sure they were in the right place. I hope you love it. I had a lot of fun making it. Okay, you made it to the end of the video. I know I yapped a lot, but I hope you were able to find my steps, maybe seeing some of my process to be really helpful in creating your own mini comic. If you do make one after watching this video, please feel free to tag my Instagram. I would love to see the results. Happy holidays to anyone who celebrates, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Quack!